Good morning. Time to wake up. Come now, that's it. You picked a fine time to visit this land, what with all the trouble about. Terrible luck, that.
Did we just...
Yes, it's happened again.
All right, everyone. What's the last thing you remember?
We were in Grandship when it plunged into the Holy Pillar, and Ares' brooch began absorbing its light.
That's when Alternus attacked, same as the last time. Or was it the time before?
That's what I remember, too. And just as in the world before last, my memory stops there.
Oh, my poor, aching head.
Beg pardon, but I must ask you to leave now that you're up. No telling what troubles a stranger brings in his wake.
All right, we're leaving.
Strangers? The innkeep spoke as if he'd never seen us before.
You're right. But how could that...
My mind gets twisted in knots more and more with each go-round.
Innkeeper, before we go, can I ask what's become of the Great Chasm?
Is that what you lot are here about? Well, I'd stay away from there if I were you. They say it swallowed up Norende a week ago. The entire village, mind. Every last one of the poor villagers perished, save one wee lad. Pitiable child, losing his entire family in a day. Word is, he was saved by his elder brother. That's the only reason he survived.
Elder brother?
Yes, even stayed a spell here. When he left, he mentioned something about rebuilding his village.
I don't understand.
Ahoy!
It's Dats!
This makes the second time we have failed.
Sorry, everyone. Wish I could say why, but I haven't a clue. What if something really did happen, and we've simply lost our memories of it?
Ring a bell. Remember what I asked you? To write down everything that happened in the Holy Pillar.
Of course. Let's see what I came up with. The second Holy Pillar. Eri entered a state of trance. The Dark Knight, Alternus Dim, attacked. As in the previous world. He bore my face. Who or what is he? That's all I have.
That's how I remember it.
Dats, did you all see anything?
Nah, we evacuated to the hold. Couldn't see much of anything from down there.
Well, we can't keep charging on blindly. It's happened twice in a row. It can't be an accident. And I don't think we're simply traveling back in time. There are too many glaring conflicts.
What are your thoughts, Eri? Why have we failed? I wish I knew.
Well, if even Eri is at a loss, then there is no point in debating this any further. We shall just have to awaken the crystals again as we did in the previous world.
I'm starting to wonder, is what Eri says right?
What? Are you saying what we've been doing is wrong? I can't blame you for doubting, but...
No one has ever tried to awaken the crystals and evoke the Holy Pillar, have they? That means no one knows whether that will erase the Great Chasm. Not even Eri.
But Eri is the culmination of the wisdom of generations of Vestals. She cannot be wrong.
Then how do you explain Alternus Dim's words? What did he mean?
What Alternus said? Wait, what did he say? Anya's?
What he spoke of was inconceivable.
But Dim isn't the only one. Idia's father believed that awakening the crystals was dangerous.
That's enough, Ring-a-Bell. If we believe his claims, then everything we've done so far was for naught.
Is that reason enough to reject them out of hand, though?
Excuse me? How about including me in this conversation?
Part of my memory came back when I saw Dim's face back in the Holy Pillar.
It did?
Yes, but just a tiny fragment. Barely even a coherent thought. It was the number 6. And I saw Idia being slain by a creature I'd never seen before. I just looked on while it happened.
Ugh, I'll thank you not to go killing me off in your weird fantasies.
I don't... I just don't know.
Ring-a-Bell? Are you alright?
Does your head still hurt?
No, I'm fine now.
Tell me truthfully, do you really doubt Eri?
No, it's not... I don't doubt her. It's just... I think it's dangerous to assume all Eri says is correct. That's all I meant to say. Even a Christ Fairy can make mistakes.
Can I ask you something?
Let me guess. Dark Knight, Alternus Dim?
You said part of your memory came back when you saw his face. Ring-a-Bell, he looked just like you. It was past the bounds of brothers. You would have to be perfect twins. What do you make of it all? What do these new memories of yours say?
I deliberately held my silence in front of Eri, but... I believe we're in a parallel world.
A parallel world?
The fact that Alternus Dim and I both exist at the same time is proof enough of that.
You're not saying...
Okay, that's a lot of information. But first things first, hello there friends and welcome back to more Bravely Default. Last time, we finished up everything there was to see in Chapter 5 and entered the Holy Pillar, facing Alternus Dim once again. And we find ourselves in another parallel world, as Ring-a-Bell put it. Eri saying, sorry, I'll find a way to make things right. So let's awaken the crystals again. So the cycle has begun once more. What's this? Come on, let me pick it up, please. Oh, there we go. Chest key. We'll get to that here in a second, but let's hear this party chat real quick. Nothing brave about an empty stomach. I don't understand. Why won't that great chasm close up? I just don't understand. What was it the Dark Knight said about me? I believe he called you a peculiar fairy. Then he said that he would slay you, and this will end once you're gone. He really said all that? Well, I don't care if he's an enemy. That's just plain rude. Oh, Dats, have you seen Ring-a-Bell? Last time I saw him, he said he was going to the hold to rest. Wonder if he's alright. He looked an awful shade of pale. I must apologize to you, Dats. And you too, Zats. Come again, Lady Vestal? What could you have possibly done to require an apology to us? Though we have now twice ventured into the Holy Pillar, the Great Chasm shows no sign of closing. I have put you two and the Proprietress in grave peril, seemingly to no end. Oh, that's why you're going on about. Well, never you mind, Lady Vestal, because we don't. Yeah, we're here to protect you, wherever this adventure may take us. Couldn't have said it better myself. We live by our own creed, and protecting you is part of that. Besides, those were Commander Goodman's orders. So don't worry about nothing, Lady Vestal. Same goes for the proprietress. She'd just laugh off your apology and make you some food. Thank you. All of you. Everyone, the proprietress wants us all to meet at the tavern. It's times like these that you need some good grub in your belly, she says. After all, you can't brave on an empty stomach. I can hear her laughing right there. Yeah, exactly. Well, let's go on, yes. Yes, let's. It's easy to forget about those three and how important they actually have been in keeping our spirits up and, you know, keeping Grandship around. I mean, they were the ones that came and saved our butts in Chapter 5. Going to the Drunken Pig, something that I don't remember ever mentioning is that there's the fox here, the Adventurous Fox, I think, that you can talk to. This has been around for a little while. So, any interest in changing names? So, this is a bit of a name changer, but it works a little weird. So, really all this does is that it allows you to change the name of your character, but honestly, all it does is it will change the text of the character's name. So, Tiz in voice acting cutscenes will still be called Tiz. It won't change what the voice actors call him, what the characters call him. But in the text of the cutscene and in the text of party chats and whatnot, and in-game menus, his name will be changed to whatever you named him as. I'm not going to be messing with that feature at all. It's a little clunky, but I just wanted to go ahead and show that off because I don't think I have. So, let's go ahead and start this off by going and checking on Arende Village. So, looking at this, we only have 2 minutes until the Cape Part Shop is done, so I guess we'll reconvene at a later point for that. So, while that's going then, let's go ahead and start piloting Grandship, as there's one important thing we need to note about this chapter. Is that, once again, every single sub-scenario has been opened up again. Which means, guess what? We're gonna have to tackle those once more. Now, something a little bit interesting about these sub-scenarios is that they do differ slightly compared to how they were in Chapter 5. In Chapter 5, traditionally, the characters would basically be able to snuff out their plots prematurely and solve the issues of whatever was going on without much in our way. Chapter 6 will allow you a slightly different alternative in terms of the story, but we'll get to those when we get to those. First things first, let's go ahead and land in Kaldisla. It's nighttime, we should probably take a rest. The innkeep Carl did not seem as very hospital. I cannot speak today, wow. Very hospitable to us this time around. Unfortunately, now that we are in this new world, it does cost money to stay the night here in Kaldisla, as we are not his friends. We're not his close friends in this world, apparently. That's unfortunate, but hey, that happens. Oh, hey, we got a party chat. To each his own. Let's take a coffee break, everyone. Here you go, ring a bell. Strong and black. Thanks. For you, Tiz, weak with milk and 2 lumps of sugar. My man. I take my coffee with a lot of extra energy in it. Though I've been slowly lowering the amount of sugar or creamer that I use. And for you, Agnes, tea. Still not used to coffee? Thank you. Coffee makes my head go all fuzzy. I hope you will forgive me, Edea, making you go through the extra trouble like this. It's not your fault. After all, you've never even tried coffee until you left your temple. This isn't black. You sure this isn't Tiz's? Really? Then whose is this? It's way too sweet. It must be yours, Edea. Who puts this much sugar in their coffee anyway? It's a grainy slush at the bottom. I did when I was younger. Another similarity between me and Edea, I guess. Then this must be Ring-a-Bells. Ugh, that's awfully bitter. Ugh. Well, Agnes, at least you're not the only one making me go through extra trouble. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised that Edea dumps like 6 sugar cubes in her coffee and whatnot. Looks like Ring-a-Bell's house is still burned down. That's unfortunate. But there was one interesting thing that Innkeeper Carl mentioned in his dialogue here. Still the sea is rotted, apparently. But that a young boy was survived in Nerende Village, was the sole survivor, and was saved by his older brother. That sounds awfully a lot like Till. His is his younger brother. Normally, this graveyard houses the name of Owen in our original world, and the name of Till in Chapter 5. This is the world we just came from. But if you inspect this tombstone here...
Tis Oryr, beloved brother, rests here? I'm dead? Then why am I still here? Or maybe it all makes sense. We haven't gone back in time. Rather, in this world, it's Till who lived instead of me. He's alive! This time, really...
This right here is all the confirmation we need that what we're going through is parallel worlds. His is not gone. It's not time travel. It is truly us traveling to a different world, each with its own slight variations. That brings to mind some other interesting queries about the previous world we were in, and what might be different here, but I will leave that information for a later date. For right now, I want to go see the king, and see if there's any difference with him, as the innkeeper didn't recognize us very well, but let's see if Owen and the king himself do. The boy who chased off the Eternian forces is a hero to all of us. Huh?
Welcome, travelers from afar. Welcome to the kingdom of Kaldisla.
I thank you. I am Agnes Oblige, Vestal of Wind.
Oh, the Wind Vestal? I am honored to make your acquaintance. But tell me, what brings a Vestal to this land?
We come to learn more of the Great Chasm.
Then you do us a great favor. Can we hope for some cure to this wound upon our land?
Perhaps in time. But tell me, Your Highness, what of the attack by the Eternian forces?
Oh, so the ill repute of the Duchy's host has reached across the sea, has it? Well, it so happens a young hero recently repelled an attack by the Knights of the Eternian Sky. And only days after losing everything, when the chasm devoured the lad's village.
This hero, his name wouldn't be Till Oryr, would it?
The very same. You know much of our land and people.
Where is he now?
Vowing to rebuild Nerende, he set out to crush the Sky Knights once and for all.
I see. Thank you, Your Highness.
Okay, so Till, who is roughly Egil's age, was powerful enough and skilled enough to take down the Sky Knights by himself, or at least challenge them? Impressive kid. Looks like our Nerende village is done. Let's go ahead and check that out. Cape Part Shop is done. Level 10, getting us the special move parts from there. Let's see here. If we were to level this up to level 11, we would obtain the bonus item, Foxtail. That's an axe. That's a very iconic weapon for specific reasons, but we'll get to that later down the road. For now, let's go ahead and do our final level 9 upgrade, I believe. Checking around. Yep. Final level 9 upgrade, the Weapons Shop, which will give us Knight Emperor, a sword. We're almost done. Thinking about Nerende Village, that leads to an interesting query. Did our village from our original world just kind of follow us? Or do we have like some weird connection? We're like, all right, guys, send a letter through some weird space-timey thing, and the letter contains, you know, everything we want for our Nerende Village back home. Or maybe we just speed run the Nerende Village here in this world to get back to where we were. That's pretty funny. I don't think there's anything anywhere here that we really need. So, I think right now, we've seen quite a bit, we've talked to a lot of people. I think what I'm going to do for the rest of this episode is, I think this time around, we dealt with all of the sub-scenarios for the most part before we tackled the crystals. But I think this time around, let's go ahead and begin with the crystals. We might be able to glean some information about our true purpose here if we start there and work our way around afterwards. And I don't think I'm going to go in order this time. Let's go ahead and start with the Earth Crystal. We'll go backwards order. Earth, fire, water, then wind. So, let's head over here, over to Everlast Tower. We don't have any issue landing right here. We don't have to go through Eternian artillery or anything. So, let's head inside. Now, something that is very, very important to mention is that we obtained a chest key on Grand Ship as soon as we landed here in Chapter 6. And that allows us to open up these blue chests. Wonder Rod. Finally, that we can finally open these stupid chests. The Wonder Rod is a very powerful rod that will cast random black magic if you use it as an item. We'll go ahead and give that to Ringabel, as he doesn't need his Espear, but we'll give it to him anyways for the extra magical attack if he decides to use that. So, yeah, there are a crap load of blue chests all around that we've seen. I will put a list on screen right now of every single blue chest location, but I won't tell you what's in it, because as we go and explore every remaining map later down the road, I will be opening them up and showcasing to you what is inside. But if you want to go and check out for yourself, here's the location of every single blue chest in the game. But with that said, I will see you at the Temple of Earth. Alright, we're here at the entrance to the Altar of Earth. And one important thing to note is that I gave Ringabel the job command singing so he can lower the BP of our boy, and I'm also going to give him back maximize HP. I took it off while I was dealing with some mobs for the vampirism stuff, and I didn't want him to get bone crushed or something, but I'm putting that back on. But yeah, I'll be cheesing the hell out of this boss. And let's see if there's anything different once we defeat him.
Look!
This crystal has also reverted.
Wait, something lurks nearby.
Another creature back from destruction!
Here they come!
And of course, Gigas Lich is back. Now, so the first time we fought this guy, I cheesed the crap out of him. The second time, I gave him a legitimate fight. Gigas Lich hasn't changed pretty much at all. He's just a little bit of extra HP. So actually, this time around, I want to talk about the origins of Gigas Lich, as each of the major crystal bosses have their own origin for how they were, what religion or mythos they were based off of. Gigas Lich has two major origins, because it has two origins in its name. Gigas, in Greek, meant giant. It just means giant. But in the Lich part, it just means corpse. So if you put it together, Gigas Lich means giant corpse. Now, in fantasy genre games like this, Liches have a tendency to have a magical theme with them. That they're very effective spellcasters and are usually very powerful in necromancy or earth magic or things of that nature. So the fact that Gigas Lich is affiliated with spells like Dread and Death and Quagga makes perfect sense. Also, he is undead, which fits with his theme. That's pretty much it though for Gigas Lich. So I am going to just rip him to shreds here in a quick second. We've got our quicks up. We're just gonna go ahead and heal up a teeny bit. And then we're gonna use Ringabel. We're just gonna brave a few extra times. Put his BP into the negative by a lot. And then we're going to just curse him and go ham on him next turn. Let's go. Alrighty, there we go. We get a lot of EXP and JP for that. Get ourselves some level ups. Nice, 67. And a giant axe.
Hurry up and awaken the crystal before we are beset by more beasts!
Of course. I'm ready, Eri.
I'm sure you have the hang of it, but if there's anything you'd like to go over again, just ask. Time to get started, Agnes. Are you ready?
Yes. Let us begin.
Not yet! Just a little longer! More! Keep going! Still not enough! You can do this! Stop! That's it! You did it, Agnes! The Earth Crystal has been awakened!
Are you alright, Agnes? You ought to rest for now.
Yes. Thank you.
I wonder if it will work this time. I hate not knowing if we're even doing the right thing.
Ring a bell.
My head. It feels like it's about to...
Ring a bell!
No. No. I told you. This would... Ah!
Ring a bell. Ring a bell! Can you hear me?
Are you alright? You just collapsed out of nowhere.
Are you not feeling well?
I was frozen in fear. I failed. Failed to protect you.
Huh?
One down, 3 to go. But, okay, we need to take a break here for a moment. We've learned so much, and we've had a lot of revelations. Agnes has awakened a crystal. Of course, she's exhausted, but I think we should take a break for now and stop for today. Ring-a-Bell has been through a lot, and with his memory very quickly returning, we have a lot to mold over. So, next time on Bravely Default, we're going to continue to awaken crystals and see where that gets us. Maybe with each new crystal being awakened, Ring-a-Bell will gain new memories. And if that's the case, it might get us one step closer to solving all of this. So, with all that said, I'll see you soon.